Hey, so I don't really watch that many movies or TV shows, and actually I don't really watch pretty much anything. So my total watch time every month is just maybe a couple hours, but I don't binge anything. So I'm not an avid watcher, and because of that I don't really have a TV. But I do have a projector, and I've been using a projector as my main source of entertainment for a while now. And I used it for both the occasional movie and also for playing PlayStation games. So until this point, I've been using a Philips PicoPix projector, which is like a tiny 720p projector that's battery powered, but if you plug it in, it works pretty well. And it's not really that great for gaming because of the resolution, but it's pretty good for watching movies. Because when the movie is blown out to take the entire wall in front of you, you don't really look at the pixels that much. So my setup was to have this projector in the living room connected to an external speaker system, and that Grundig speaker system gave me a much better audio, and the projector itself was connected to both the PlayStation and an Apple TV for watching movies and things like that. And I've been using that 720p projector for like 4 or 5 years now. But about a year ago on a crowdfunding platform, I noticed that Philips, the company behind the projector that I owned, announced that they're gonna make a new one, but this time it's gonna be full HD, and it's gonna be a lot better in many respects. So obviously I just jumped in, I paid the money, and I kind of forgot about it. And now a year later, I got this projector a couple days ago, and I quickly tested it, and what I can say right away is that it was definitely worth the wait. So I'm not gonna unbox it or do any other shit like that, it's not that kind of channel, but I'm just gonna give you some of my impressions of what I think it's like and why I think that's the best projector that you can buy for the price. So now the projector has its own operating system, so you can actually run the Netflix or YouTube right out of it, and you don't really need to connect an Apple TV. I'm not really gonna use it that much because I really like the Apple TV interface, and I actually spent 2 years of my life working on a very similar thing to the Apple TV interface, so I'm kind of connected to it in a way. But it's nice to have, so you can actually take it with you and use the battery power to watch a movie on the beach or something. One thing that I noticed that is actually quite surprising is that the audio quality is a lot better, and I'm not talking about those tiny projector speakers. I'm talking about the audio from my sound system. It's just way better and way clearer, and it actually starts up pretty loud because the previous projector, when you connected a mini jack with an audio out to it, it actually decreased the projector volume to 50%, and you had to manually increase it, and then you had to manually increase it on the sound system with a remote. So that's one thing, audio is really way better. Obviously the image quality is a lot better, and it's not only because of the 1080p, but also the increased brightness, which is about 4 times brighter than the one that I had. There are some things done to color as well, so the default setting is actually looking way more natural and not as oversaturated as the smaller projector. And there was one other thing that I think is even more important than the image quality. The previous projector had like a little dial on the side to make the image sharper, and while watching a movie it kind of destabilized itself a little bit, so you had to like halfway through the movie, you know, go up there and just move that little dial a little bit to make it sharper, just like that. So this new projector has some sort of laser magic technology that kind of automatically adjusts the sharpness. And this is awesome, it actually really works. It also auto adjusts the keystone correction, so if you have it at an angle like I do towards the wall, it actually kind of straightens the image out and it just looks great. So a lot of the stuff that has been a pain with the other projector is actually really automatic here and works just great. And I think that it's just as loud, if not maybe a little bit quieter than the one before, you know, the cooling system of it. So having it right above my head while it's projecting, it doesn't really bother me at all. So I'm gonna test it a little bit more, and I'm gonna test it at the end of the month playing The Last of Us Part 2 on it. And that's probably gonna be the PlayStation test, and I'll come back with it. For now, I just wanted to share my first impressions, and I think it's a really good choice if you don't really like TVs and you like to have like a huge screen for whenever it's needed, and then you turn it off and you still have your wall back. So if you're thinking about buying the projector, I think the PicoPix Max is actually a great choice. And compared to all the other projectors that I used, it's still pretty small. It's a little bit bigger than the one that I had before, but still pretty small, pretty lightweight, pretty easy to carry around. And the image quality is really great, especially for the price. So anyway, that's just my 5 cents, and I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments if you're using a TV or a projector, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, and see you next time.